celebrate this momentous occasion in your lives. My name is Tanner Simpson, and I am the chief of the local Mississauga First Nation. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me and for organizing this wonderful event here on Mississauga territory. Welcome everyone to the citizenship ceremony for new Canadians. It is my great honor to welcome you to our land and our country. Canada is a country that was formed by settlers and immigrants. The history is long and it's varied, but we formed a new relationship, and it was tested during the early days, in those early years of coexistence. But our Anishinaabe nations always welcomed the newcomers, and we made agreements to share the land and the wealth that came with it. That relationship has had its ups and downs over the years, but we are in a new era of reconciliation where true progress is being made, and we are reconciling past wrongs with future rights. As new Canadians, you are following in the footsteps of others who have come before to call this land their new home. Canada is a multicultural country, and it derives its strength from that diversity. In Canada, we support the different cultures that originated all over the world. These different flavors are what gives Canada its unique position and outlook on world affairs. Canada attempts to be a just country where anyone can be anything when you put your mind and efforts into it. It is the new Canadians that brought innovation and different ways of achieving success. These new ideas then become a part of the fabric of Canada. This country is a rich tapestry of many colors, and that makes it stand out on the world stage. Here in Canada, we have the best of what the entire world has to offer, and that is due to our immigrants, our new Canadians, and bringing their ways, values, and culture. First Nations people have been welcoming immigrants and settlers and refugees for 532 years and counting. I'm very happy to continue this tradition, and I can't wait to see what you all accomplish. I look forward to meeting you and hearing your stories, for these stories are now part of Canada's story. We have come a long way together, and we have a long way to go together. You have made Canada a better country by your presence and participation. For that, I'd like to thank you all. May which.
Ceremony, and I emphasize your ceremony. I'd like to acknowledge that we presided this ceremony. Acknowledge that Northumberland County is located on the Mississauga Anish Inaknabek territory and is the traditional territory of Mississauga Anish Inaknabek. Northumberland County respectfully acknowledges that the Mississauga nations are the collective stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters in perpetuity, and that you can honor Indigenous people in your own way as a new Canadian citizen. It is essential that all Canadians move forward together on the road to reconciliation so that we can leave a proper legacy for future generations. Saturday, July 20th is Canada's Part with You. It's a milestone in your life. You've embraced this country, and now you are about to take this exciting new step. Canadian citizenship comes with rights and responsibilities. As a Canadian citizen, you have the right to live in a democratic country where individual rights and freedoms are respected. You have the right to vote and to run as candidate in municipal, provincial, and federal elections. We have a representative of all levels of government sitting right here today to demonstrate that you can also do that. You're free to live and work in any province or territory. We all have freedom of expression, and in Canada, people are equal under the law, regardless of your gender expression, gender identity, your race, your religion, or your culture. Canadian citizenship also comes with responsibilities. Some basic ones like obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, serving on a jury, voting in elections, protecting Canada is a bilingual country and has two official languages, English and French. You have the right to be served in either official language when you deal with the federal government. Live in Canada, you have the opportunity to learn English and French. And I do encourage you to do so, as this will allow you to experience all that Canada has to offer. Linguistic duality is an integral part of the Canadian identity and a fundamental value of our country. Well, I think I've said a lot, and you're waiting for that moment. So why don't we proceed to that oath, Madam Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Junior. We will now proceed with the oath of citizenship. All candidates who are 14 years of age or older are required to take the oath. Children under 14 do not have to repeat the oath, but are welcome to. You must repeat the oath in English or French after Mr. Junior, and you are encouraged to repeat it in both languages as a symbolic gesture of your commitment to respecting Canada's two official languages. You will be repeating the oath as a group. So Mr. Junior will start by saying, "I swear," which you can either say, "I swear," or "I affirm." Would the candidates for citizenship please stand? And will the guests also please stand? Candidates, please raise your right hand in this manner. And for those of you that brought a holy book with you, you can place it in your left hand. To the guests, those of you that are already Canadian citizens, if you would like to reaffirm your commitment to Canada, then you can join in and say the oath with the new citizens. Mr. Junior, the candidates for citizenship.
I swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including the Constitution, which recognizes and affirms the Aboriginal and Treaty Rights of First Nations, Inuit and Métis peoples, and fulfill my duties as a Canadian citizen. When I do it in French, je jure que je serai fidèle et porterai, y compris les constitutions, que reconnaît et confirme les droits ancestraux ou issus des traités des Premières Nations, des Inuits et des Métis, et que je remplirai loyalement mes obligations des citoyens canadiens. Congratulations, you're now Canadian.
representing both the Northumberland County as Deputy Warden and as the Mayor of Port Hope. On behalf of Council and staff of both levels of government, it is an honor and privilege to welcome you, our new Canadians, as well as your family and supporters to our community for this very important ceremony. Thank you also to the clerk for sharing your words of welcome and conveying the importance of all Canadians respecting the diverse identities, rights, and self-determination of Indigenous nations within the broader framework of Canadian citizenship. We are here to celebrate the remarkable milestone of Canadian citizenship. As the Warden of the County and Mayor of Port Hope, I am proud to represent the community, a community that takes pride in embracing diversity, unity, and the values that define our nation. This moment marks a significant chapter in your lives, a moment where you officially become Canadian. Today is filled with hope, promise, and endless possibilities. For many of you, the journey to this moment has been long and demanding. Achieving Canadian citizenship is both a significant responsibility and honor. I applaud each of you for your perseverance and commitment. We embrace your dedication to our shared values of democracy, inclusiveness, and respect for diversity. Here in Northumberland County, our vision is to unite people, partnerships, and possibilities to build a strong and vibrant community. The strength and vibrancy of our community come from the invaluable contributions of our members, including new immigrants. As new Canadians, you play a crucial role in building a community where everybody feels safe, valued, and empowered to share their unique talents and perspectives. Your history, your insights and contributions are now part of our collective identity. We will be enriched by your language, your culture, your skills, and experiences. So take time, as has already been mentioned, to learn about the traditional Indigenous territory on which your community resides and educate yourself about Canada's historic relationship with Indigenous and other cultural communities. Build connection, forge lasting relationships, and get to know your neighbors and your fellow citizens. And become active in your communities and help shape our collective story for future generations. And I say that as a daughter of an immigrant. May your future be filled with joy, prosperity, and a deep sense of belonging. Once again, on behalf of the county and Port Hope and our councils, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you on this very significant day. Thank you, and I hope you have a celebratory day. Congratulations.
Congratulations. The day someone becomes a Canadian citizen is indeed a memorable one. As Minister of Immigration for the province of Ontario, I've had the honor of attending many citizenship ceremonies, and I find each one just as moving as the last. They are, without a doubt, one of the highlights of the work that I get to do. Most new Canadians tell me that even decades later, they still remember the day that they became citizens. This day is special for several reasons, but the most important one is that you take the oath of citizenship. Taking the oath is a fundamental step in the life of a new Canadian. It is really the moment when the person makes a commitment to the Canadian family, to become part of our family, promises to obey the laws of our country, to respect our traditions, to be loyal to our head of state, to our country. This common pledge is the bedrock on which Canadian society rests. Canadian citizenship is not simply about the right to carry a passport or to vote. It defines who we are as Canadians, including our mutual responsibilities to one another and a shared commitment to the common values that are rooted in our great history of Canada. At its best, a citizenship ceremony captures the profound nature of this shared commitment. I'll just end by telling you a little story, a story of someone who came to Canada, who, like you, became a citizen, who had a son, first son, in the family to go to university. He had a son, and that man stands before you today as Minister of Immigration. So to all of you, my fellow Canadians, congratulations on this profound day. Thank you.
Welcome, guys, and difficult and challenging, and then there are days like this that are absolutely amazing. And you've heard the stories of the mayor and of MVP of being, and just seeing actually the mayor start to well up with pride was absolutely fabulous. But today is not about politicians, it is about you. And before I get into the substance of my remarks, I just want to say it is absolutely amazing to do this in person. It just did not capture in the Latin term, in contract law, I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer here, they call it consensus et idem. It's that magical moment when things change. You guys will experience this a number of times throughout your lives if you're young. Some of you may have experienced it. It's when you get that diploma and you graduate high school. It's when you get that marriage certificate. You know what? You know logically that you were the same person you were before, but somehow you feel different. And that's what happens when you're in person. So just amazing. Great to see you guys all get your citizenship, and congratulations. But just in talking about, you know, and David touched upon this, like what is a country at the end of the day? Is it land? Is it pieces of brick? Is it our mountains? Is it our resources? Is it our economy? No, ultimately, Canada is a family. Ultimately, it's a unity of purpose and of cause. We work together. And so while we can say you're now one of 37 million people, I don't think that's really the way to think about it. I think you're now in a family of 37 million people that are committed to your success, just as you're committed to all of their success. And I can't wait to see the impact you're going to have on Canada. You know, in accordance to Indigenous culture, and Chief, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe you're supposed to look 7 generations out. So this 50 folks here, in 7 generations, could well be over 1 million people. It could be, in this group, could be the person who cures cancer, who invents a way to fight climate change, who takes that next great step in technology. So the impact you will have is immense. And for that, I say not only welcome, but congratulations, and thank you for all the impact you will have on Canada for this generations and 7 generations forward. Thank you.
So, excuse me, my father came to Canada in 1947. He had spent 4 years as forced labor and 2 years in a displaced persons camp. And so, I really didn't think I was going to get emotional about this, but given the circumstance, it's tremendous to be part of this. He became a Canadian citizen in 1954, and no one was prouder or more privileged to be a Canadian. So, from me and my family, congratulations. And if I can park that emotionalism aside, there usually is an order of importance to events. You know, 55 years ago today, the first person set foot on the moon. That probably ranks second now, as opposed to this being first. And maybe that's something, a measure of importance for all of you here. Welcome and thank you very much.
And use Canadians. I remember I took my oath 7 years ago, you know, the feeling. I still remember that. Just close your eyes and just open them back up. Take a mental picture of this moment. This is a significant milestone. Today I'm going to open with a beautiful words from Richard Wagamese, profound Indigenous author. He once said, within each of us, there's a residue of the places we come from. We carry the information of cultures and histories within us, like lead in genes. When we decide to live in places other than our traditional homes, we carry those histories and information. And those are the things that allow us to dream ourselves into fullness, our touchstones. The feel of home we carry between our ribs. Like many of you, my story, my journey to Canada started far from here, in the streets of Pakistan. And I carry not only a suitcase with me, but also a reservoir of dreams, hopes, and spirit to persevere through the challenges I went through. Today we're not only just celebrating your citizenship, but also the journeys, to honor the journeys that brought us here today, all of us. The challenges we embraced, and the triumphs we've celebrated. And becoming Canadian citizen is not just only, doesn't mean that you leave your past behind. Rather, it's an extension of your identities. Embracing your values and cherishing your roots. As an inspirational speaker and a resilience coach, I have the honor of turning my pen into empowerment, teaching others that our trials are not barriers, but they're the stepping stones to empowerment. You bring a unique strength to our nation, strength born from diverse culture and multiple backgrounds, multiple cultures. As you take your new role as Canadian citizen, you're not only assuming a title, but also you're activating your unlimited potential to inspire and transform our communities across Canada. So it's my honor to welcome you to your new home. Thank you.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all of us command. Carto brasse porte l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep her land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
May everyone look this way? Perfect. Next, please. Okay, come on in. Next family, please. Next family, please. He's coming. Okay, everyone look. Seat number 1. There you go. Okay, next one,